haciendo algo. ¿Cómo están? What's up, guys? Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing evening. Hope you had a great weekend. It's Monday. Yay! I know, nobody's really thinking that, right? It's Monday. Boo-hoo. Everybody has to go back to work. Anyway, we're here. We're live. This is Jenny Live. You guys haven't seen it before. This is our 1,600 and something show. So come along, chat, interact live. We do have a live chat. It's miamitv.chatbro.com. We're doing a little backstage on TikTok again. Yeah, I had to open a new account because, as you guys know, I went live from our resort pool, and apparently something showed. So sorry. So now we have a new TikTok. It's my full crazy last name. So it's Jenny Scordamaglia _ Find me there, and yeah, we'll be doing some jungle lives. Why not? ¿Cómo están, amigos? Bueno, estamos también en vivo. Estamos en Facebook, en Twitter, en Miami TV, en Roku. Nos pueden ver en Roku también. Y estamos hoy nuevamente en TikTok. ¿Cómo están, amigos? Bienvenidos. Se acuerdan que habían cerrado la cuenta, así que bueno, volvimos a abrir. Es normal en la vida mía que me cierren las cuentas de redes sociales, no se preocupen. So it's normal in our social. I always get my social media banned. Always. It's just like it always happens. I don't know. Don't even ask why. I mean, I see people show stuff and I don't show anything and they still get banned. But it's all right. It's normal. Okay. How about we talk about exorcisms today? Ooh, how many people actually don't believe in exorcisms? Like, this is just a myth. It doesn't exist. It's just from movies. And speaking of, isn't like the new Exorcist supposed to be coming out? I read something on Twitter that they paused the launch so that it didn't interfere with the Taylor Swift concert or tour. Damn, that woman has power, right? And yeah, I guess everybody that isn't a Taylor Swift fan that wanted to watch the movie, you're just gonna have to wait. I'm not a big fan of scary movies, mainly because I know they're real. So I feel like when you watch a movie and for you it's just science fiction and sci-fi, it's just like whatever, it's there, it's a movie, don't be scared, these are actors. But when you have to actually deal with these things in real life, like I do, for example, which is fun, by the way. It's a lot of fun. I love it because I can do it, so it's okay. You no longer see those movies with the same eye. It's more like, oh my God, yes, these things happened. There's one movie that actually really freaked me out, and it was after that I stopped watching scary movies. It was Paranormal Activity, the ones that were put out like that they were security cameras, but then they ended up doing them with real, but they seem like they're security cameras. So yeah, Paranormal Activity was like 1 through 4 or something. That is as real as it gets, you guys, unfortunately. But this is gonna happen to you. It's just, these are possibilities, and yes, there's a lot of entities and demons going around in the world today, unfortunately. But all you gotta do is just stay positive, or wear an amethyst. These help as well. I don't know if it's gonna protect you, but it's definitely going to do something. ¿Cómo están, amigos? Bienvenidos. Estamos en vivo. Bienvenidos a nuestros miembros de Miami TV. Hoy hablaremos un poco de los exorcismos. Hay un tema que salió sobre eso. Hola, hola. Hey, guys. Hey, David, Joe, Jen. What's up, guys? ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos. Okay. Se me perdió el exorcismo. Dice It says, exorcists may be accidentally helping the devil. A top pastor is actually warning people, coming out and saying, guys, stop doing exorcisms. I'm not a big fan of pastors either. Some of them are great. Others are just kind of there to take your money. And it's like, why you got to do that? Come on. So many people in need today. All right, let's see what it says. This is from the Daily Star, by the way. It says, U.S. preacher Dan Dalsell said that 400 acknowledged exorcists around the world who perform rituals to exorcise the devil are unknowingly spreading the doctrines of the demons. They could actually be a useful weapon in Satan's arsenal. He said priests who perform rituals to exorcise the devil are spreading doctrines of demons. The preacher said the devil might be unfazed by their work, but taking on Satan on good versus evil battles, exorcists may be inadvertently boosting the Antichrist influence. There are currently 400 registered exorcists in the world. In Italy, which alone boats 240, the struggle to deal with 500,000 requests a year. I probably have to be the 401, right? But in the real way. So this is silly. The fact that somebody's saying this, there's no way of. No, they're not doing anything bad. Yes, there are practices and special ways of these things being done. I was telling you guys the other day of my trip to Querétaro, where we visited this ancient monk convent, okay, like really ancient from like the 1600. And of course, now abandoned. It's a place where you could just go and do tourism and look at all their books and stuff. And they used to perform exorcisms. So it isn't so, I think like it's overrated for the fact that why did they put it under the Catholic name? It makes no sense. I mean, there's a lot of people, and I'm sure more than 400 that actually perform exorcisms in the world. You don't have to be a priest, no, and you don't have to be Catholic, no. So I know personally, I mean, I even know people in my family. So, you know, there's a lot of people that work daily in removing negativities, because that's really what it is, from people in different ways, okay? It could be reading a Bible or reading a book or saying prayers or holy water or many, many different ways. So yeah, these things are being done. I mean, you could be doing a semi-mini exorcism to somebody just by talking to them. So I feel like there's the word, it's so scary when we hear it, right? Like exorcism, it's like, ah, but there's really all types of exorcisms where if it means removing negativity from a person's body somewhat in some way and in some level, it's an exorcism, you guys. So yeah, believe it or not, when you're allowing somebody to vent their problems to you and you're listening and you're there, you know, you're allowing them to vent their negative energy through their words to you. So if you're prepared for it, great, take it. If you're not, then you're going to be in the group of people that you're going to have a headache afterwards, you're going to feel sleepy, and it's gotten that bad. So let's put aside, of course, that if you're living next to a cemetery, and I'm sorry if you're one of them, yeah, you should move, because this is where there's most suspended souls, okay? Souls that haven't been able to move on, souls that are stuck. Normally, when souls can't move on and are stuck, negativity comes along and basically like traps them, which is even worse. So cemeteries, you know, you think that they should be a place of peace, but they're actually the total opposite. Now, it doesn't mean that every single person that is buried there is stuck. These are specific cases, okay? But the thing is that there's a lot of them. There's people that that are stuck because their family never came to say goodbye. Even it could be as simple as that, where they're traumatized or they died from one day to the next. Nobody came to, you know, recover the body, and it's an unnamed grave or things like that. Suicides. I mean, you have so many things. Like, it's a long subject. So living next to it immediately makes you exposed to these energies. These are energies that are sorrowing, these are energies that are sad, they're traumatized, they're depressed. So imagine having right next to you, right, a person that you cannot see because they're no longer in your dimension, but they're there and they're stuck and they can't move on. That feeling of depression, that feeling of sadness, or that feeling of maybe even alcoholism or drug, I mean, if they had something in their physical life, a vice, right, and they're stuck, they're going to remember those vices and they're going to want to be near them. So it's very normal that you will feel this way. So I'm not going to say everybody that lives near a cemetery is going to suffer from depression, but somebody should do some kind of a quest and go out and interview everybody that lives next to a cemetery and see how their life is, because unless you're very protected, it's very normal that you're going to absorb some of these energies. Not everybody's susceptible also to these energies. I mean, they can affect you mainly if you're vulnerable. And vulnerable, when I mean vulnerable, is when your character or personality isn't as strong, right? Where you don't know how to say no, where you get carried away easily, or you get influenced easily, or people walk all over you. These are the softies. Okay, let's call them softies. And I was one of them. So hey, don't take it as offense. Meaning that you're always the nice one, right? So you don't take a stand for yourself and just put yourself first for once, and everybody's always first kind of thing. So these kind of people don't have a way of holding on to their energy, so they lose it easily. So when there's energies around that can have these emotions, they're very easily influenced by them. So if you were to happen to go through some kind of depression, all of a sudden it's going to get worse because you have these souls around you, okay? Not even entities, souls that are in suspended souls that are going to feel comfortable with your emotions. So they're going to add more of that emotion to you. Because what do you do when you're sad, right? And we're alive. You're sad. Well, you like to cuddle with somebody and tell them how you're sad, or somebody that's going through a problem. You feel good talking to somebody else that is going through a similar problem. That's why people feel comfortable going to the groups like. Where they're recovering through things that are in the same area, right? It's like, oh, I feel comforted when I hear somebody say that they're also in pain because they lost a loved one, or they're in pain because of this. So you feel comforted, and that's exactly what these souls do. They look for comfort, and if you're an easy prey, unfortunately, and it doesn't mean that they do it because they're evil. It just they look for comfort. So they're looking for somewhere to just kind of feel at home and understood, even if you can't see them or hear them. Let me go in Spanish and we'll continue. Y eso que me puse cinta, gracias. A ver, estábamos hablando, no sé cómo terminamos hablando de esto, pero sobre los exorcismos. A mí una vez me tocó tratar una persona que estaba no al punto, o sea, ya estaba como mal, pero estaba ya vomitando sangre. Y era una familia muy rica en Estados Unidos. Empezaron a buscar pues soluciones espirituales, ¿no? Y justo resulta que eran amistades de la familia mía, entonces bueno, llegaron a mí. Y esta persona ya llevaba como 2 años con problemas de salud, específicamente con problemas en el útero y en el estómago. Ya estaba en un punto donde tosía y le salía sangre. Ningún médico podía encontrar qué era lo que le pasaba. Ya le habían hecho tratamientos. Mejoraba por un ratito y luego volvía a lo mismo. Entonces, bueno, pues dijeron, pues si no hay nada físico o científico que pueda ayudar, busquemos un tema espiritual, ¿no? Y bueno, lo más loco de todo es que esta familia vivía al lado de un cementerio. En el momento que nosotros llegamos ahí, encima que eran personas semifamosas, llegó aparentemente, habían llamado al National Geographic o algo así, donde yo nunca vi este programa, pero me dijeron que había un programa donde son 2 gemelas que son videntes y van a lugares y ven y hablan con espíritus. Nunca lo vi, bueno, me lo contaron, dijeron, no, en el momento que ellas entraron a mi casa, me dijeron, lo sentimos mucho, pero no hay nada que podamos hacer, nos tenemos que retirar de la propiedad. Entonces como que se sintieron desahuciados. Y nosotros me acuerdo que llegamos con Enrique y fue como que una fiesta, ¿no? Como que, fue la primera casa que limpiamos. Pobre Enrique, lo empujaron, lo tiraron hacia una pared de madera. A mí nunca me pasa nada, pero él cuando se separa de mí, pues siempre algo le pasa. Bueno, yo soy la que voy desnuda, la que voy emanando. Él va con ropa. Quizás si fuera desnudo no le hubiera pasado. Bueno, en fin, entonces esta casa, en el momento que entrabas sentías la densidad que había ahí adentro.